This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Welcome to the Barbados Today Evening Update for Thursday, June 4th. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. The central bank's first $10 million in savings bonds has sold out in just 3 days. And now the island's top financial institution is getting ready to release another $10 million series from next Monday. Central Bank Governor Dr. Delisle Worrell says there has been a high demand for the bonds, with different banks making requests for additional allotments. And Dr. Worrell is assuring the public that the financial institution is taking steps to ensure that this means of investment is always available. Economist and Dean of Social Science at the University of the West Indies Cavell campus, Justin Robinson, tells Barbados Today the rush for the bonds show that Barbadians are searching for safe investments offered at good rates, adding that such ventures have been short in supply. The Royal Barbados Police Force says it will continue to investigate reports of human trafficking, some of which involve child prostitution. However, Assistant Commissioner responsible for crime management and investigations, Mark Thompson, declined to comment specifically on the latest reports of a 13-year-old girl being forced into prostitution. Thompson also refused to be drawn into confirming or denying claims that the underage girl may have had sex with upwards of 6 men and that her mother is being investigated. But the senior police officer has called on members of the public to supply them with information related to such criminal activities. Barbados and the rest of the region are not doing enough to lessen the public's fear of cybercrime. The concern comes from Dr. Lloyd Waller, the director at the Center for Leadership and Governance at the University of the West Indies Mona campus, who is calling on officials to address the situation. Speaking on the topic, fear of cybercrime and its implications for electronic banking, lessons for the global e-banking sector, Dr. Waller pointed to a 2012 survey carried out in Jamaica and Barbados, which shows a high level of fear among residents when it comes to doing online banking and e-commerce activities.
Trust is a major challenge for e-banking. Trust in the bank itself as it relates to reliability. Now, it was the issue of trust that in 2011 led us to, in 2012, explore the issue of fear of crime. We had done a qualitative study, and out of the qualitative study, one of the major findings was that many persons who actually have bank accounts do not bank online because they are concerned about issues of trust. And they're very fearful about persons hacking their bank account.
Meantime, officials are also worried about the increasing numbers of people being affected by non-communicable diseases. In fact, Health Minister John Boyce this morning warned a meeting of regional stakeholders that NCDs are now one of the greatest threats to development in the region. And he's calling for more to be done to reduce the increasing strain on the public purse in regional countries.
I think that we have heard and read enough about the causes and the opportunities to treat and deal with non-communicable diseases that we need, in the words that I've heard already this morning, to, yes, talk the talk, but more importantly, we need to walk the walk. In this regard, I can assure you that government will continue to play its part. And indeed, along with the about 2 years ago, of course, we introduced the no smoking ban in public places. And I do believe that that no smoking ban may have to be relooked and probably tweaked a bit to extend it beyond just outside of a door, because I certainly am affected when a person uses the law to step outside and have a cigarette while I'm sitting inside the area.
Students involved in the once controversial Nigeria Delta State Youth Empowerment Program have now settled into their studies at the Barbados Institute of Management and Productivity in Wilde, St. Michael. And a well-informed source with intimate knowledge of the program tells Barbados Today that all 71 Nigerian students who started the course in tourism and entrepreneurship in April this year are doing well. The course of study ends in October. Now, earlier this year, there was much public controversy over the then 9-month study program at the Barbados Community College, with some of the 90 students who arrived in the country back in December complaining about, among other things, poor accommodation at the Casa Grande Hotel and the manner in which the local project manager was spending the $750,000 US invested in the program.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Farley Hill, Crane Beach, fried chicken at Pug's Bar, all parts of Barbadian life that some might know, but others don't. So join me, Katrina Marshall, as I go about town and across country, peeking into tucked away districts and liming with the people who bring them to life. About town and across country, coming soon to Barbados Today, news you can trust.
On the regional scene, residents in St. Lucia are being warned to protect themselves from heat stroke or sunstroke. The appeal from health authorities who are putting the country on notice for heat-related diseases as the island continues to battle drought conditions. Medical officer Dr. Sharon Belmar George is calling on residents to take all necessary precautions, especially for the nation's children.
If you can avoid being in the direct sun for an excessive period during the times of 10 a.m. and 2, when the sun is particularly hot, and especially for small children who can be very active during that period, to reduce the exposure to the direct sun, and also to ensure that children who are outside playing are rehydrated. And it is always best during those periods to give the children water, not the sweet drinks, but to give them water instead.
And on the international front, at least 20 Indian soldiers lost their lives today and 50 others were injured in an attack on a troop convoy in the northeast of the country. The ambush occurred in the state of Manipur as the convoy made its way to Impal, the state capital. The attack, which is said to be the deadliest in the region in recent years, is thought to be a retaliation for the death of a woman whose soldiers are accused of killing on a Monday. And on that note, we come to the end of our evening updates, but you can join us again tomorrow morning. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.pb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. We're also on Channel 101 on Lime TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. To have a wonderful evening.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.